Let's think of some examples of when we send a child to in-school intervention. They are disrupting. Teacher has held them after school, had some conversations with them. They've called a parent. They've tried to maybe do some adjustments with their work to make sure that's not creating the problem. But the child is just continues to escalate, and teacher doesn't have any more tools in their toolbox at that time. So that becomes a time when that teacher can no longer teach. And when this happens over and over, kids have to get a message that that's not okay, and we're not going to let you take over that classroom. Another time that we may definitely be assigning in-school intervention as a result of an instigation in the hallway, even a low-level kind of what we call not an all-out knockdown, drag-out fight, all right, because that usually results in a much higher type of consequence for a child. But we've got some rough stuff happening in the hall. We might have had a food fight going on in the cafeteria, or it can be something that's hit that tier 2. Maybe you were surfing the internet and you were violating the system's acceptable use policy. Some people will say that's an automatic in-school, and that's okay. We do not want to be sending kids to in-school intervention because they're not doing their work. They have their head down. They refuse to take off their hood or their hat. They're breaking those rules. We are going to definitely get in there and have a conversation with that kid and hold them accountable and be consistent. But unless they're really creating a high level of disruption, a high level of refusal, meaning that no matter what we do, they just will not do what they're supposed to do, or they're a minor safety issue, or a higher level disrespect. So if somebody's swearing in the hallway, no, that's not a time for in-school intervention. If I ask you to take a pen out and you say, yeah, no thanks, I don't feel like working today, yeah, that's not an automatic in-school intervention. So we make it very clear that this is a much higher level of accountability. So what would happen in a typical situation of an assignment of in-school intervention is the behaviors have now been documented, and they've been documented in our data system, meaning that our administration is seeing that, boy, this child is repeated offender. We've got to do something about it. So they end up with administration assigns this. We really want administration to assign this because we don't want to send the message that this is a place to send kids when they're not doing what we want them to do. So it's a higher level. So administration has to kind of take control over that.